let's get tier 4 comms sorted on the way here. Hello, everyone. Welcome to round 2 of tier 4 here in season 14 of ALR. Lago Maggiore was our second round. After my PS5 potentially doesn't absolutely crap the bed this time. Given that it did last week. But yeah. Just getting everything sorted. Give it a couple minutes for everyone to get in, and then we can get ready to actually do 8 laps for a sprint race here, and then I think it's also another 21 lap race in terms of the feature. But yeah, it's I hope everyone's also just sorting out the event chat real quick, considering that it's starting to pick up a little bit. Got all our captains sorted for the off-season event. Just getting a few extra things sorted on that. Alright, just sorted out the event chat there. We've got a couple of minutes to go here before we can go properly for the actual race. Still quite funny to see everyone in general chat also hating on F1. That's what it is. So, welcome everyone to a Tier 4, the second race in the Tier 4 season. Track that I love, that I didn't get to race. PS5 absolutely exploded on Monday. So, you know. I'll be figuring out things as we go along, same with you guys. I think it's a 2-stop race when it comes to the feature, but I'm not entirely sure. However, it has been about 4 minutes, so I'll run through a couple of things here before we go into the actual race itself. First off, is my audio right, or do I need to move it further away from my mouth, or closer? Or is this a good audio quality? And secondly, we'll go through this. After I figured that out, I'll go through the order for the actual sprint race. Sounds great. Okay. All right, let's go through the order here in Tier 4 so that we can get going with the actual sprint race itself. So, Stio on pole position here. And I've said it before, for those who watched the first race, it's usually the first race of the season that Stio shows up, randomly has pace, and then decides to disappear for the rest of the season. It looked like he didn't do it the first time, but he is going to do it in race 2 here. So, Stio on pole, Nectar in second, I think that's a Supra. And then you've got Moose King in third in the Beetle, O'Leary in fourth in the Vantage. Then you've got Fracas, fifth is Stio's partner in the Mazda. Then you got Spin in sixth, I think that's a Porsche. He's in? Yeah, it's a Porsche that he is in. They got Major in seventh in the McLaren. Might actually have to. We'll see if he's actually going to be able to do anything today. JMS in eighth. HK in ninth. Draz in 10th. Jezza in 11th. Juho in 12th. Berserk in 13th. JP in 14th. And Orak at the back of the grid. And you've got 4 red lights all but ready to go now. So yeah, let's get going. It's 5 red lights. As lights out, away we go. Nobody got off to a fast start there, but Stio still gets off to the best start of all of them as we head down towards turn 1 here. So Nectar getting swallowed up almost by Moose King on the inside. Moose King's still there. Nectar goes a little bit deep. He dropped to third. He might have to drop a little bit further than that. As Stio is comfortably in the distance already. It's only turn 2. And we're turn 3. You've got a few of the cars. Fracas up into 4th. Nectar down into 3rd. Major up into 5th now. Actually, he goes past the outside on O'Leary there. A couple of the cars at the back having a bit of a scramble down to the bottom of the hill here. Major still going in now to the inside of Fracas for 4th. Will he get it? No, Fracas looks like he's going to get a better exit. A little bit of the underneath. And it was pretty impressive there by Fracas to keep everyone on track. Not hit anyone on his way underneath and keep 4th place as well. O'Leary in 6th. Spin in 7th. HK up in 8th is a good start as he is about to be overtaken by Juho. Oh no, is that Juho? Yeah, that's Juho. Oh, and a little bit of contact between the two. Coming back up the hill and a half a second penalty here for HK. I don't know if he's going to set that down. No, he's not. He's now got Draz on his left-hand side. The inside, on the outside here goes Draz. He's going to stick it and hangs it round the outside. And they're still going side by side through the sweeping right-hander there. And now back up toward the end of the lap. And HK is just on the inside. And he might have just squeezed Draz just a little bit there. But Draz has somehow managed to keep his car on the track, which is more impressive than anything else there, I think. Draz up into 8th. HK now defending from JP. Juho dropped to 11th after the contact earlier in the lap. Spin up into 6th as well. Major currently still in 5th for the moment in time. That Porsche is starting to fly. Stio in 1st. Then you got Moose and Nectar in 3rd and 2nd and 3rd. Fracas and Major not that far away from each other. Here comes Spin to the inside of Major here, and the Porsche is going to make that work against the McLaren. It's a really nice drive there from Spin up into 5th. So we got all the tyres screeching in the background there. Stands Stio still ahead of Moose, who's got Nectar behind him. Spin still ahead of the McLaren right now as well. The McLaren now looking back to the inside as they go down the hill for the second time. Here comes O'Leary looking to the inside now on Major. And it might be 6th and 7th going at it instead of going after the Porsche in front. O'Leary got the inside line, still hanging on to that inside line against the McLaren. Is he going to be able to hang on for a little while longer? If he is, he's going to get a move done. That's a really nice move to the inside at the bottom of the hill there for O'Leary up into 6th. Spin in 5th, still O'Leary in 6th, Major in 7th. That's right beside me, I think. Just absolutely brilliant. And you got Draz in the background there with HK once again. HK might be under fire from JP more than anything else. Here comes JP to the outside, and he's well ahead of HK down to the end of the corner here. Aston Martin overtaking the Lexus with no relative challenge whatsoever, and in the background we may have an issue, because that's Juho round. The real question is who's hit him? Berserk, going to the inside here, still on the inside. They're still side by side. Berserk's still there. Oh, a little bit of a tap, and yes, Berserk, who just gets too much of Juho, and Juho somehow 360'd that. That is an impressive catch. Nonetheless, around there, after spinning like that, it allowed Zorak, JMS, and Jezza to go on through. Jezza not having the same experience as his teammate right now, who's up in 5th. He's actually cleared a little bit of a gap to 6th and 7th, who's still going at it. Fracas is still here. We've got about a 4-way battle for the lead right now. Stio still ahead of Nectar, who's just overtaken Moose as we head down towards turn 1. And they're going too wide. Look to try and make it 3 wide, but Stio avoids the carnage. Moose King on the outside now of Nectar. Still, it's retaken 2nd and is going to hold on to 2nd for just a little bit longer. Nectar not able to make his move into the top 2 there. It looks like Fracas is now going to have a look to the inside here on Nectar. Is he going to be able to do it? Is he going for it? No, he's not. He's going to back off, which means we're still very close at the front of this grid. Stio from Moose, from Nectar, from Fracas. A little bit of a gap to spin, albeit spin is in the background there and is starting to catch up to try and make himself a factor in this train. Leary on the back of that also hasn't given up in the top 6 either. And Major in the McLaren on the back of those. Neil Drives appearing into the distance. Not really getting an awful lot on the rest of the grid. Here comes Nectar to the inside of Moose King here. Will he be able to do anything on the inside? Going to the sweeping right-hander, and he is. Got the inside line. Will he get a better exit? The answer is no, he will not. Moose has got a better exit as they go up the hill, and Fracas is now trying to get himself involved. A little bit of contact between the two up the hill. Will Fracas get the position? No, Fracas is going extremely deep and gives himself damage on the way through. Spin and O'Leary now side by side as they go through the final couple of corners on the lap here at Lago. Spin tried to take advantage of Fracas' mistake there and has been pulled in by O'Leary instead of the other way, instead of actually doing something here. Here we go down towards turn 1 now. O'Leary still in 6th. We were, as we were from at the beginning of the prior lap. Fracas had his chance and got maybe just squeezed a little bit by Nectar after contact going up the hill as well. So 6 in one, half a dozen in the other at absolute best. Well, by Nectar just had a bit of an issue there on the exit of turn 4. But still, nonetheless, not enough of an issue for this to really matter. So definitely the first two just starting to bring themselves a bit of a gap on 3rd and 4th. Could have been chased down by the rest of that pack. There's not a lot in it when you go on their mini-map. Everyone's just sticking with each other at this point in time. Nectar doing the fastest lap of the entire race. As soon as I disparage him from being in the top 2. We'll see if anything is going to change. We're on lap 4 of 8. Stio is still in the lead. No real pressure. He has been driving against Moose the entire time, but Moose hasn't really looked as if he's been able to put a move on Stio for a large portion of these 4 laps, but this might be the first time he might go for it. He is a lot closer than normal coming out the second to last corner. Stio still in the lead for now though. This will definitely do it as they go down towards turn 1. And Stio still holds the lead from Moose, who's got a relative size gap there to Nectar in 3rd. Fracas also joining the queue once again. Spin in 5th, and then you've got Major in 6th. O'Leary just dropping off just a decent chunk. Spin doing enough to defend from Major at this point in time, albeit they're a little bit of a charge that they were going to have toward the front and started to just dissipate a little bit. Major getting a little bit outside, on the outside there. O'Leary also been dragged into the battle behind. That's a lot of 5 or 6 cars in the battle for in behind for 7th right now. Been holding on for a little bit against Major there, but he slid his car out the bottom of the hill. Will Major get it on the outside? He's going to go underneath, and he will. Just a little bit of a switchback, and that is a beautiful move to take advantage of a slight mistake. And Major is up in the 5th ahead of Spin. Front 4, still the front 4. Major needs to now start making his way back towards the front of the grid. It's really close at the front, but still, Stio having a bit of an issue there on the gravel. He's in the lead of this race, but he doesn't want to be making too many mistakes, much like that one. He will be made to pay eventually. Stio just doing enough right now. Moose gets a lot tighter into that corner. Definitely going to have a better exit. He's a lot closer than he was on the prior lap. Right up to the bumper of that Mazda in that Beetle. Moose again just trying to take advantage of Stio going wide. Not able to do it as of right now. Then you got Nectar and Fracas also trying to make a name in this race. Moose right now doing enough, and then Nectar down the inside. Nectar down the inside. They've come together again, and Moose still hanging on against Nectar. Nectar has the inside line through 4. And now through on the exit of 4. That is a beautiful exit that from Moose. And it's opened the door for Fracas to get through. And Fracas goes through the hole and up into 3rd. Moose doing enough to defend from Nectar after a little bit of a collision there on into turn 2. Moose doing just about enough. Fracas takes advantage, picks up a little bit of the scraps, and gains himself a position on the podium at this point in time. Stio's still in the lead of the race and now has some breathing room, as he is as he was the one that has led the lead and led the race from the start. Now has a bit of a gap on. Where did this happen? On Moose. Looks like Spin may have had an issue. He's going against Major here. Oh! Oh, I can safely say there wasn't a car width given there. Definitely not the case. Spin having a bit of an issue on the exit up the hill. And McLaren giving no space whatsoever there, doing his best Lando Norris impression. As we go down the hill now with the front 4, we're back to where we were not that long ago. Going outside for the last lap back at the beach. Oh no. Well, Tier 4, the Irish contingent, 1, 2, 3 right now. The Irish rule the tier at this point in time. We're on lap 6 of 8. Stio still in the lead. Fracas in 3rd, Moose in 2nd. I don't know why I did it that way, but that's the way we're doing it. You know, Nectar, the American, in 4th. Major might be in the stewards for what he just did to Spin. Major is in 5th, O'Leary in 6th, Draz in 7th. Spin dropped into the final position at the top half of the grid. We're heading on to the 2nd, the final lap here. The penultimate lap of this race. Moose still ahead of Fracas for now. Stio, again, just one of those races. He hasn't been dominant, but he's never looked like losing the lead. So I think the word for that is control, rather than anything else. Very controlled drive from the one that usually wins one race a season, and I think he might be continuing that total so far in Tier 4. The real question is, will he win this race? Moose to the outside. Moose has got a little bit wide, and there goes Fracas to the inside up the hill, and he'll get 2nd place, and we're currently looking at a Mazda 1-2. really nice overtake there by Fracas, taking advantage of a mistake. A huge mistake there from Moose. As we now head towards the end of lap 7 with a Mazda 1-2. Stio in the black and yellow, Fracas in the yellow and black. You got Moose in a Guinness livery, and that did not look good for Moose either. Not entirely sure what has happened there. Looked like Moose had a lot of speed coming into that corner and didn't really deal with it too well. Have a look. Oh yeah, almost careened straight into the back of Fracas there. He wants to be doing a bit better than that, but he's got a nice little exit even after going very, very deep into the long sweeping right hander in the middle of the lap. Here comes Moose. Will he go to the inside? Where the hell has Fracas gone? What? How? How have you? What are you doing? What are you doing? What is going on here? How have you managed that? Well, Fracas is in a wall. I'm not entirely sure how he's managed that. That looks rather inconspicuous there, and wow. Well, there goes the Mazda 1-2. That did not take a very long time to remove from the equation. Fracas in the wall somehow. And that'll allow Moose back up in a second. There shouldn't really be a lot to do from here. This should be a very controlled race to the finish. The top 3 should be the top 3 in this order. It's certainly a line, and Moose to the inside. Will he get it? No, he will not. It looked like he might have tried to make a move down Stio, but Stio just having enough on the exit to stay alive. And here comes Moose. He's going to go for this now. Looks to the inside again. He's going to pull alongside for the lead of the race on the final lap. He's got the inside line on Stio here. Stio needs to hang it round the outside and stand a chance, and that is a beautiful move from Moose. Picked his spot, waited for the final lap, and is in the lead of this race with half a lap to go. Will he win here in Tier 4? Will he deny Stio that one win he usually gets a season? Here in Tier 4. Oh, he's got a penalty. Oh, he's got a penalty. Oh, he's got a... No. Moose. How? How have you managed that? Oh, he got in the lead. He doesn't need to do it. What is he doing? What is that line? He does not need to take that line. That is just reckless. Oh, that... Well, if you're going to throw away a win, I guess that's how you do it. Jesus Christ, dear Moose. Here comes Nectar. It's going to go look to the inside here against Stio. Stio wisely cuts that door, well, slams the door shut there. Cut the gap in there. Make sure there's no available overtaking opportunity for Nectar. And with Moose's penalty, Stio overtaken on the final lap with a decent move to the inside. Moose did the hard part and then just straight up bottled it away. That is the only way you can describe that. He got himself in the lead. He did the overtaking of the hard part in the race. And after all this, his 1 second time penalty for a line he never needed to take is going to cost him the win here in Tier 4 in the sprint. Moose is going to be the first one over the line, but Stio is going to be the first one to actually and win the actual race here in Lago for the sprint in Tier 4 and continues the streak of a winner season in Tier 4. So brilliantly drove race from Stio. He never looked like he was in any danger right up until the end. And then Moose just overtook him and then handed it straight back for some reason. Moose got second, Nectar third, O'Leary fourth, Major fifth, Spin sixth, Draz seventh, JP 8th, Fracas 9th, Jezza 10th, JMS 11th, Juho 12th, Berserk 13th, and we're not going to get to find out the rest of the grid. Wow. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Nobody wanted, everyone was just on the same page. They just wanted Stio to win. Wow. That is just absolute carnage. Right at the end, just nobody wanting to really get that win. Yeah, they all had a chance. Fracas had a chance. Moose had a chance. Gio ended up winning it. Nectar got a couple of penalties as well. I'm not entirely sure how people have thrown that away. Massive opportunities missed for certain here in Tier 4. One for Fracas, and I'm still not even sure how Fracas managed to spin that car. It's still a rather impressive way to spin the car, and then Moose has forgotten where the track was. That is absolutely just insane. Absolutely insane how he's managed to throw that one away. Absolutely incredible. I'm baffled at how they. I thought I had impressive ways of throwing things away. Apparently, I have absolutely nowhere. I have absolutely nothing on any of those two massive bottle jobs. Been crying the whole time. Yeah, that line. Oh, I don't know how you've crashed the car. I don't. I it's. I don't understand it. I don't understand Moose's thinking on the line either. In the final lap, surely you've taken the lead. The next couple of corners, you just play that as safe as humanly possible. And he's just gone so far off the track that he's in a different postcode. But yeah, I'll give it a couple of minutes and then give my voice a chance to not die, and then we'll do the feature. Should be done by about 2:30. Open a drink real quick here. Oh. Yeah, no. Well, that is two bottle jobs that even I'm proud of. Even I'd be proud of. So, you know, I can't say much without sounding like an absolute hypocrite. The amount of times that I have thrown away wins over the years. Yeah, just give it a couple of minutes now, and just gonna message my girlfriend so that she doesn't think I've forgotten about her. Um, but yeah, right. So we've got through one of the two races that we're going to be viewing today. So I was about to say tonight as if it's not 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Yeah, my voice is starting to just starting to die just a little bit, given the fact that I also did last night's esports commentary for those who haven't watched that yet. Yeah, right. Let's go through the grid real quick, and then we can sort out afterwards everything that's going on here. So, the one that's going to start in reverse grid pole this time then, Jezza is on a soft tyre here. I can't imagine that it's going to be soft tyres all around. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a two-stop. The tyres just fall off a cliff really quickly in this race. You got Fracas in second. How? How did it go so... How did you end ninth? Oh my god. He spun like that and ended ninth. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, I would be unbelievably shocked if you don't win this. That'd be insane. Well, Fracas has just become odds-on favourite to win this race. Arguably one of the best cars as well. Jesus Christ, Fracas. If you bottle any further, you'll genuinely come onto my terms. Holy shit. JP is currently in third, Sus on the Aston Martin. Drad's really gonna do the McLaren. Why? Why would you try and what? Just go soft, have decent tires. I'm not sure why the medium tire would be used here. But yeah, Drad's in the McLaren on a medium tire, which is a very interesting scenario to put himself in. Spin on soft in fifth, Major on soft in sixth. O'Leary in seventh on soft. Nectar, yep, on soft in eighth. Soft for ninth. Moose, soft. Oh, it's mediums for Steo. Again, why? So this is one of the easiest strategy races you're ever gonna get. It's really confusing as to livery penalty for Draz. Why? I'm confused. Am I missing something? But yeah. And then you got, Steel on mediums in 10th, which is an interesting choice. JMS in 11th. Oh, they don't have to be the same as the teammate. No, they just have to be relatively similar. I'm not entirely sure they've remembered that they're actually a team by the looks of those. I don't think they'll get a penalty. Nah, they're not going to get a penalty for that. We don't really enforce livery rules. I don't think I've ever seen a penalty for livery. Genuinely. Don't think that's ever happened. Defend. Yeah, you don't get one then. JMS 11th. Juho 12th on a medium tyre, 13th. Berserk on a medium soft for HK, and mediums for Orak. It's just interesting. I'm bewildered at the medium tyre choice. I am horrible on tyres. Even worse so compared to if you put it by wheel standards. I would have dared touch the medium tire in this race. Also one of the best GT songs, honestly. Absolutely incredible. But as we go towards the line now, Jezza's going to lead us in. It looks like we are off. So, down towards turn 1 we go here. Jezza in the Porsche will lead the way. Fracas is in second, and realistically shouldn't have much of an issue winning this race. You know, a couple of guys fighting into turn 1 already. O'Leary and Major, and it looks like O'Leary is up to 6th already, and Major just did not get off the starting blocks. But he will take that position straight back off O'Leary for a moment in time. And O'Leary's going to go back to the inside. What is going to happen here? Major's going to stick in 6th for now. Just about holds on to that in the end. He put himself under more pressure than was absolutely necessary under the first couple of corners. We're going through the first, the Nectar versus Moose King. We've seen these two battle the entire way through the sprint race. And now they're going again on lap 1 of 21 here in the feature. Moose maybe was looking to the outside there, but getting it shut off relatively quickly by Nectar here into the middle sector at Lago on lap 1. And he'll hold on to 8th for now. Still having a little bit of a moment in the grass behind. And up further, Spin and Drazza there. Fracas and Jezza. Jezza's got quite the gap already at the lead of this race. Oh, that's a good run though by Fracas down the hill. He's gonna absolutely love that. The exit of the sweeping right-hander is gonna keep him involved here. Is he gonna be able to go right after Jezza? He's gonna go to the inside. Will he be able to make the move for the lead of the race? No, he will not yet anyway. He's still hanging in there. He's still alongside and he backs out for no reason whatsoever. Could have proceeded to hang it on the inside there against Jezza, probably being a bit too safe, as JP is now on the back of them. Spin in 4th, overtaking Draz already. Spin has had a good amount of pace so far this season, but unfortunately has been very susceptible to, spinning. It means his name is pretty apt, admittedly. Oh, that's just a bit deep there from Spin again, and Spin holds on against Draz. Almost spun himself out of the race again. JP and Fracas are going at each other, and that'll mean that Jezza has enough of a gap already again. Fracas going in and out of actually trying to challenge for the lead of this race. Jezza doing a pretty good job. Oh no. Oh, that's a couple of positions lost. Let's have a look. What have you done, Fracas? Let's have a look. Down the line. Here comes JP. What has he done? JP's still there. JP now going to the inside. Fracas just not turning in whatsoever. He's got no pace. Well, no exit pace whatsoever. He cost Draz a little bit there as well. He just looks awfully slow coming out of that corner. He's still going to hold on to 4th for now though. Spin and JP going on through. O'Leary's the next one in line. Oh, grass being kicked up by the entire grid here. Out of turn, into the end of the second sector. Fracas still ahead at the moment. Spin to the inside of JP. Spin still on the inside of JP. And that is an excellent move there by Spin to hang it on the inside and keep it the entire way. Look, in complete control of his car. And now we're in for Porsche 1-2. JP and O'Leary up here as well. So Aston Martin looking to get themselves involved in this race as well. Looks like Fracas is just slipping down the pecking order just a little bit right now. It's not really finding the rhythm in the feature race. He's going backwards instead of forwards. A little bit deep there by Draz in the background of the screen. Currently sat in 6th place. Major is the next car there, so McLaren 6 and 7. O'Leary trying to sort something out there. Doesn't really get anything. Fracas looked like he was a bit shallow there against JP, and JP will start to drive away just a little bit. Fracas has got to find the rhythm that he was finding in the sprint race before it's too late. Spin is now driving away from JP, and Spin does have a lot of pace and now going after his teammate as they head down the hill. We continue looking at this for now because this is the closest battle we've got. About 3 or 4 cars in the actual battle at this point in time. Rad's looking like he's going to go after O'Leary sooner rather than later. Looks like just starting to go somewhere in this race now. All the cars just starting to take shape in what their race is going to be. It doesn't look like one of them's having much of a race in the background there. And I think someone's got off the track. I think it might. Is it Stio or is it Aurak? Oh, it's Aurak. Oh, Aurak just did not go anywhere there. Well, he's gone somewhere. It's just not the track. And on goes Stio up into 13th. Aurak has just not stayed anywhere near the track there. Juho tailed off in last at this point in time going through the grid. And Moose is still there against Nectar. These two haven't really worked their way up at all through the first couple of laps in this race. Stio went backwards before he went forwards. So the front of the grid from the sprint race is not having much of a fun time in the feature so far. We're on lap 3. The tyres are going to go off very soon, and that'll probably bring out a bunch more mistakes. Fracas is going back after JP. Spin catching up to his teammate right now as well. Oh, Fracas a little bit shallow again, trying to go to the inside on a gap that doesn't exist. Might have to change the approach here, because the approach he's got against JP right now is just simply not working. O'Leary now going to go to the outside. Can O'Leary go past Fracas? O'Leary's got to run, and he's in front. The majority of his car is in front, and now has to go around the outside as they head up the hill. And Fracas had a little bit of contact, but then slid his car, and that will definitely allow for O'Leary to go by, and it might bring Draz into this. Fracas into 5th in that Mazda. It's not going right for him so far. O'Leary not complaining because it's right now it's a Porsche 1-2 and an Aston Martin 3-4. It's a pretty good day for both of those teams through 2. We go to the inside now. Fracas is trying to exist there against O'Leary, but not doing it all fully well. Continue on in this race. Alright, so the front 3 just starting to break away just a little bit now. O'Leary and Fracas 4th and 5th is just holding themselves on each other too long to allow for JP to break away up towards the front 2. Oh, and Fracas just straight into the back of O'Leary. It didn't even look. Oh, Draz hit him as well. Draz just trying to get through after being caught collateral in the collision there between Fracas and O'Leary, and Fracas losing another place. Nectar and Moose, who might be trying to bring themselves into this now, same with Major. As we continue on in this race, it's lap 5 of 21. See if Fracas can actually find some sort of rhythm at some point. He's just been going backwards at this point. Go to the front now, actually. I think we've given Fracas a lot of screen time so far. Given the fact that he's gone from 2nd all the way back to 6th when he was favourite to win the race. Also got a bit of a battle forming I'm actually going to go to Berserk, because I think there's a battle forming in between JMS, HK, and Berserk as well. Looks like JMS is going to try, no, not going to try something here, but he's got a, well, had a decent run, but he's gone into the gravel there. That might hamper his ability to get past Berserk. Not entirely sure what car Berserk is in, but it looks like a Toyota, maybe an FT1 maybe. Or the Supra, I'm not entirely sure, I can't really tell. It's a chrome livery, or semi, well it's actually like blue, definitely not a chrome livery at all. JP did the pits, okay, so that's interesting. His tyres could have gone one more, probably should have gone one more. I wonder what he's going to do for the rest of the race now then. Oh, that did not look good in front! That did not look good at all in the front of the picture there. Fracas has got himself back up into fourth, overtaking JP, and now overtaking Draz as well, as Draz just went far too deep. Absolutely sent it into turn one and just got it all sorts of wrong. He losing a couple of places and a lot of time there on Fracas, and Spin is now in the lead of the race as well. We're actually going to have a go back and see how that happened. It looked like it happened down into turn one there, yeah, and Jezza not really putting an awful lot of fire up against his teammate. His teammate just driving on past without much of an issue there. So Spin takes the lead of the race. Jezza now in second, O'Leary in third. I think JP is technically next for a third, but we'll see how his strategy played out, because it could get very interesting the way he's pitted after 5 laps. But got a long way to go in this one. A long way to go to this one, but now Spin should be able to drive away as much as possible right now. He's on soft, so he shouldn't be too far away from pitting. It's the rear tyres that are dying on the Porsche team at the moment. The front's on the Aston Martin, and the Mazda is absolutely doing great on its tyres, which is to be expected, which is why Fracas going so far backwards early on was a surprise. Nectar and Moose are going at it as we head down the straight. Moose and Nectar's got a half-second penalty, and Moose will take 7th place off of him. Looks like, yeah, Moose is just going to hang on against Nectar for a little while longer here. He's got the inside line, and therefore the run out the third to last until he went on the grass, and that will allow them side by side again, and it will allow Nectar to go on by. Well, even if it is for maybe half a lap at absolute most, but he will get past Moose there up into 7th. So Spin now into the pits, Jezza into the pits. Both the Porsches not risking their tyres whatsoever here. Is there anyone now? Draz is spinning into the pits. Going around the final corner, Draz is caught back up. Same with Major. They were going through the final couple of corners, and Major's into the pit. Draz is going to actually get reset the track. Yeah, he's going to reset the track here. And a half-second penalty to boot for cutting the lines. And that's someone in the background going awfully off the track. There goes Theo. Off the track and gaining a couple. Then out comes both the Porsche drivers. That is absolute chaos. And Draz has just lost a good maybe 15 seconds of the result of that. One tyre on the grass on the outside and absolutely decimated any chance he had of winning the race. There and then. JP's already pit, Draz has not. Same with Berserk. As JP has actually come out in the lead of the race. Jez has got a 3-second time penalty for cutting the pit lane exit, I'm assuming. It's very hard to cut the pit lane entry here. Spin came out behind him. Berserk having to deal with these two now. Spin going past Berserk up into 8th place right now. Now right behind his teammate. His teammate will take a penalty at the end of the lap, so that'll allow for Spin to gain that position back on his teammate without much of an issue in the slightest. The penalty line is about to come up. So penalty to serve here for Draz penalty to serve here for Jeddah. And that will allow for Spin, who unnecessarily moved out the way of what would have been a Ghost's car here. So, Draz into the gravel again, it spins round! Oh, that is incredible. Spin had a chance. Draz has had a lap from hell. Spin had a glorious opportunity. He's just gone. He just lost the traction there, and Draz is just not even close to the track. I'm not entirely sure what the plan was here. Oh, Spin's just thrown away a glorious opportunity. And JP now has a gigantic gap. Wow. Bracker's now into the pit in the Mazda. Leary's going to follow him in. Same with Moose, same with Nectar. So it was a short first stint for JP, undercut that has quite frankly worked to perfection off the first laps. That's a certain. Here comes Major to the inside of Steo, and Major is going to get Steo there and up into third. Major's already pit as well. The undercut seems to be working like a charm right now. JP in the lead of the race, Major in second in this race as well. Steo and Berserk going for one stop, which is or maybe a late two stop, which is a very interesting strategy to go for this track. Not one I would have gone with myself. Berserk has a lot of space to himself though, may be able to make something work. Not as much space as JP has, who is cruising into the lead of this race, and quite frankly, that gap has got to be the upside of 5 seconds at the absolute least in lap 8 here. It's essentially up 3/4 of the straight of a gap to Major, which is the next car in the group. And it's Fracas after that, Jeddah after that, sorry, and Fracas and O'Leary. Berserk, Steo and Aurak are on medium tyres and are going to be falling back rather quickly here. Wow. Absolute calamity when it comes to the pit stops there. I love how Aurak got one of everyone's favourite quotes of the racing driver on the back of his car. Definitely not in any way annoying at this point. But they're getting caught up quite heavily now by Major, as Major is starting to, wanting to chase down JP. JP already cleared the first couple of corners. That gap must be absolutely massive, and that's contact there between Major and Berserk, but Major on the inside. He's going to push his way through. He will get past Berserk. At the end of all this, Major up to second on track. He was second, realistically anyway. Looks like Major just starting to close the gap now on JP, who's currently got one hell of a lead. We got a couple of laps before we see any more pit stops. JP did 5 laps, so I'd assume that JP is probably going for lap 12. Oh, maybe 13 even. Might have to do 5.88 here on the tyres, or try a free stop, one of the two. And I don't think he's quite got the gap for a free stop. Have to find a ton of pace at that point. Major in control of second place right now. You can see it in the background. There's Jeddah, there's the next actual car. And Berserk, Steo and Aurak have both got themselves only one pit stop to do, but quite frankly, that one stop was never really going to work. I mean, they are technically in the same position as everyone else right now, so our third, fifth, and sixth, but they're just going to be absolute lambs of slaughter. Yeah, and Steele's coming in at the end of lap 10 here, which means he's doing a 2-stop. So that's the race. That's his anything from this race essentially dead and buried. It looks like Berserk just getting chased down now, as we got a battle in the background. Here comes Arak and Spin. They're technically fighting for position. Spin should be able to get this on the inside relatively easily, and has got himself marginally ahead into the corner, and almost certainly more than marginally ahead coming out of the corner. Here comes O'Leary trying to go through the hole that was created, and he has done. It's a nice move there by O'Leary, and that will keep him tied to the back of Spin for now. After Spin span earlier on. Brackets is also trying to get himself involved now as well. Moose King directly behind that. Brackets has got a lot to recover from in this race, because he has not had a good start, and it's not going to get much better now because Moose has just switchbacked him, gone underneath, and this should be Moose's position. Moose in the background here, on the inside line now, will have Fracas surely. He actually hasn't. Fracas has done extremely well, both to get through that corner and to actually hold on for dear life, and it's 2 sets of 5 for JP, who had a commanding lead. Again, could have and probably should have gone one more. So it's going to be a 3-stop here for JP. And I know I question people's strategy a lot. That's one I am definitely going to question. Pretty sure 1 lap on dead tyres would not have outweighed the cost of an extra pit stop, but I might be wrong. Spin get past Berserk as well. Not O'Leary, who's trying to get his way through, because he's just trying to keep himself tied to the back of Spin for as long as humanly possible. And he will get past Berserk as well, so he is going to do exactly that. Spin and O'Leary, both of them on a 2-stop strategy right now, and Spin has to catch up to Major and his teammate after the mistake he made earlier on, which cost him a large chunk of time, and quite frankly, possibly a win at the end of this one. But Spin holds off Joe Leary for a little while longer for now, and Jeddah is actually not that far ahead of Spin, so Spin might have another shot sooner rather than later, but Major is comfortably in the distance right now. Fracas and oh, that did all look good for JMS in the background there, and there goes Nectar, who should get that done and will get that done. It's a pretty good well, it's a pretty bad time to make your mistake there if you're JMS. Nectar will take that one quite gladly, though. Ark should be in the pit in the next lap or two. It'll be a medium if they are going to try a 1-stop. Who's not able to hold against Fracas. Fracas up in 6th, Berserk now into the pits as well. So Fracas up in the 5th. Fracas doing a relatively good job to try and recover from its early race meltdown. Where is JP? So JP is currently in 10th. We'll see where he's got one more pit stop, the same as everyone else, so he is genuinely in 10th place. That is a long way back. Not a way back again. Nectar and JMS there, and then you move some Fracas as well. With I think Spin is just starting to catch up in the foreground there. Against Jezza, and he's just starting to cut that gap back down. Major's gap is it is substantial at the moment, but not as substantial as it used to be. So we are looking at potentially the Porsches having another shot here. Everyone's pretty much done their pits as it stands, apart from including done a pit, shall I say. Everyone's still got a pit once more, unless you're Steo Aurak and Berserk. I don't think it's going to work out too well for those if they on that one stop anyway. So we are going to be looking more towards the front here, as we're currently doing. But looks like a lot of races still to go. We're just about halfway, just gone over halfway actually. On to lap 12, about to go on to lap 13 here with Spin. Spin has cleared O'Leary by quite the distance. Rackus, as you just see peering into the background there, got a long way to go realistically to catch up to the top four. Moose is just behind that. Nectar is, let's see how close Nectar is now. He's decently close, but I don't think he's got an awful lot in the bag to trouble Moose King later on into this race. We'll wait and see, because Moose King is currently in a locked battle here with Fracas for 5th place. Quite frankly, they should be working together to try and catch up to the back of O'Leary and crew. If they can get themselves onto the back of that battle for 2nd, it might open the doors for a high-scoring point finish later into this race. JMS against JP. JP's obviously got the tyres. JMS does not, in fact, have any tyres whatsoever left on his car. And JP is going to try and go around the outside now to the inside of the final one. The S's, and he gets it done. The speed there is massive for JP, and JP is up in the 8th. That's still a very long way to go to catch up with Major. When you put into perspective the fact that they still have to all pit, including JP. Bracker's still holding on against Moose King as well. We look toward the front. It looks like Spin has lost ground to O'Leary again. O'Leary just starting to make his way back all over again. We'll see whether or not there's pit stops coming in this lap. Not for O'Leary, but there is for Spin. Jezza stays out as well. He's got barely anything left on that rear tyre. That rear left is probably going to go out on this lap. He's got to try and do well on the lap just to get back to the pits now. Major is not that far in front anymore. His gap has disappeared quite heavily, and much like his front right tyre. Front left tyre, sorry. I definitely can tell my left from my right. But yeah, Major is definitely in the lead still. Looks like Jezza somehow still has more tyres than him, albeit his back left is now in the entire red, the entire bar being red now as well, which probably might hand O'Leary a chance to do something great here. If he can get to the pits. The front three are definitely in a great place right now. That did not look good there for one of the cars. It's JP who's in the wall! We'll rewind this to get a better look at what he's done. Oh, he just lost the traction of the car through the corner there. And so clobbered straight into a wall. And that'll peer Draz into the background. Draz will go past him once again. Steo has a penalty behind, so Steo would have got past JP, but will have to take a penalty immediately, and I'll give JP a little bit of breathing room. Spin's come out in 10th, which is ahead of Berserk. after Berserk's pit stop. Same with Olarak, so the only one left in front of him is that hasn't got left to pit is Steo. Steo currently has about a corner gap on Spin, so he's got roughly what the gap was between Spin and Major in the first place. We'll see where Major comes out ahead in comparison to Steo right about now, actually. Actually, Steo may have to still have to pit. He went on soft. I thought Steo had gone back on the mediums. The other two, alright, didn't go the mediums either. Oh, this is just a failure in strategy, I guess, then. Let's see where Spin comes out in comparison to Major now. Major's still in the pits. Major's going to come out. There's Spin coming down the straight. That's Spin coming down the straight. Barreling down the straight, but he's still behind. He's still behind Major right now. And he's ahead of his teammate. Alright, so Spin behind Major. Major has the lead of the race as of right now. I mean, technically Steo does, but the chance of him making that go 11 laps without pitting is impossible. Especially on a soft tyre. Oh, JP's gone round! JP's gone round. I don't know whether or not he's going to collect Steo there. We're about to figure this out. This might turn into a massive crash. JP again in the same place. Just getting, actually no, just a little bit later into the corner this time. Onto the grass and just hadn't controlled his car whatsoever. The sausage cup did not help. And Steo was ghosted through him. Steo got away with it. And JP has somehow managed to 360 that. About a couple of, well, 720 that, I guess. And has managed to keep it going. Well played to JP at the end of that to catch the car. No, JP still has to pit for certain. Major does not. Major currently has the lead of the race to Spin. He's got probably a couple of seconds on Spin at the moment. Next has now come in off his medium tyre, which is an interesting strategy for him as well. And Steo off of his soft tyre. So Steo did have to pit. JP is a bit as well for the final time. And that is a visual representation of the gap that we currently have in the lead of the race. Spin is in second. Major currently has the lead. He is in a McLaren. Let's see. Let's pay a little bit of attention to him at this point. See if he actually figured out that he actually has to shift it like a normal, well, like unnormal to any other car. Go through. He has not realised. I mean, he is revving a little bit, but nowhere near where he's meant to be revving it. The one time he'll actually figure out that his car needs to be shifted in a different fashion, he might actually get somewhere. I say that as he leads the race. Alright, so Spin in the background then. Spin will have less tyres when it comes to the end. His rears will fall off a cliff, but we'll see whether or not he's going to be able to get to the end to try and challenge Major for the win here. But everyone has now done their pit stop, so as we are on track. Someone had a penalty, I'm not entirely sure who the penalty is for back there. JP comes out in 11th after cruise control for the opening 5 laps of the race. Berserk is up into 8th. Strategy is semi-working for him once up. Medium. I definitely still think he would have survived better. It would have been better faring Had he not done that, Steele's in 10th after winning the sprint race, which is an interesting conundrum to have there as well. Hasn't really moved anywhere forward at this point in time. It looks like Drive's going to the inside, maybe to the outside of turn 3, if he can get it done. He's just stuck behind that Toyota for now, but he's going to send it to the inside of 4. And he's got a better run now. And Draz is going to have that place. And up into 8th goes Draz. Nectar in front of him on the soft tyres. So that's going to be a relatively decent, relatively hard chase now. Also Steo on a soft tyre coming after Berserk as well. Steo to the inside. Is he going to be able to get that move done? Heading into the middle of the lap. No, he is not. If he had, he would have been able to go after Draz. Maybe a top 8 finish and, you know, actually going in the right direction from where he started. And he is, because Berserk's had a bit of a mare on the exit of the S's there, and Steo will move up into 9th, and that will unleash him against Draz with Nectar just up the road. You know, through Moose King and Fracas, they're still close to each other, not really battling now. The top 4 have got themselves into quite the battle here. A battle that is being comfortably won by Major at this point in time. A couple of seconds at the gap that sits between him and Spin as they come through the final corner on the lap here. We're moving into lap 18 of 21. That means we've got 4 to go. I'm hoping we get some battle for the lead in these 4 laps. So I want as much carnage and chaos as we possibly can get. It looks like Jeddah currently second, Jeddah currently third, sorry. And it definitely is going to be a very good day right now for the Porsche team. Second and third, that's going to help the constructors' standings quite drastically. We'll see where they are in the standings after this race. Major still in control. Has been in control since JP decided to do the worst strategy known to man. JP doing a 3-stop strategy here. I can't bear to think of how many stops he's going to do in Brands Hatch in a few weeks' time. But yeah, we've got a few cars trying to battle it out here. Jeddah and O'Leary are starting to take time out of each other. A little bit of a battle for third. Fracas is still ahead of Moose by quite a margin now. Just starting to draw away. Nectar's on better tyres than the 2 in front of him, but I don't know if he's got enough pace to catch back up. 2 behind that. Draz is clear of Steo right now, but Steo won the sprint race on the soft tyres. You would expect to see Steo to make a move sooner rather than later. We'll keep an eye out on Steo. Is not going to be able to make the move right now. Fracas is still in 5th against Moose. Someone just said he'd love to see Fracas spin right now. He's already had his massive spin earlier on. In the most Fracas way humanly possible. Steo trying to get himself involved here. He's going to do more than try to get himself involved here. Down the inside, out the final corner, goes Steo, and is he going to take Cape off Draz? He absolutely is. Draz is going to try and send it around the outside. He's still there and not still there when the door gets slammed abruptly in his face. In turn 2 there by the Mazda, and Steo will move up into 8th place, gain 2 off of his starting position. JP is up into 10th now as well. But his race is unfolded by his strategy. Major still in control. The longer this goes, the more you fear that the Porsche is not going to be able to stand up to that McLaren. When those Porsche's rear tyres go off, it'll start heading backwards before it goes forwards. So the spin is, quite frankly, running out of time. Got to get a move on. Got to get up to Major. You can see him. He's definitely closer than he was before. But he's got to make something work. Got to try and get closer now. He's running out of time. We're down to 2 laps left on the clock. You can tell that he's definitely getting there against Major, but getting there is not enough. Right now it's been a relative cruise to victory here for Major. Still Major 1, Spin 2, Jezza 3, O'Leary 4, Fracas 5, Moose King 6 with they head into the penultimate lap. Nexus 7th, Dio 8, Raz 9th, JP 10th, Berserk 11th, JMS 12th, Orak 13th, Duo 14th, and HK is just tailed off the back. Looks like Major had a bit of a mess on the exit of turn 4 there. And again, Spin just needs to find a way to take advantage of some of this. He is getting closer, and you can tell he's getting closer. That CMP spun from 2nd and 9th in the sprint if you want to rewatch that. Oh, we'll rewind to that, yeah. Yeah, Fracas somehow managed. I don't know how he's managed it. I don't know. I still don't know how he's managed to spin that car that badly. But yeah, lap 20 or 21, and he's comfortably in 5th right now. There's no hope of Fracas dropping that. Surely not. So he should take 5th in this race, unless someone else who's going to spin up here, and the gap's still really close between the front 4. Spin is still trying to edge closer and closer to Major, but he is well and truly out of time. There's still 1 lap to go, and Major would have to bottle it from here. This should be 2 from 2 for the McLaren. Unless he's going to do a Moose-style bottle right at the end, this should not be much of an issue here for Major, who's got probably the same front tyre as Spin does on the rear. Jezza has a much better rear tyre than 2. O'Leary has no front. So everyone's just suffering from a little bit of tyre degradation. That is probably going to play in the hands of the leader at the end of the day. He doesn't have to do anything extraordinary here, Major. He just has to get over the line. So this will have to be one of the this can be one of the safest laps you'll ever see from him. That Porsche has got to push. Fortunately for the Porsche, it doesn't look like he's pushing enough. He's running out of time. He's realistically got 1 more overtaking opportunity in this race. As he didn't get close here, he's got to get through the S's with a run. A very big run at that. Or pray for a penalty, one of the two. And as it stands, it's not happening. It's definitely not happening. There's no penalty there for Major. He got through the S's fine. He's not going to spin. And he has way too much of a gap now. Spin is going to have to pull out a miracle from here to stop the McLaren going through 2 from 2 in feature races here in Tier 2. Draz won at the ring. Major looks to make it a win here at Lago Maggiore. Will he do it? He's got about 3 corners left to get to the line. No front left. He's going to have to drag the car over the line. But right now, he's not put under any pressure at all. And no pressure means no chance of spinning for someone so veteran, such a veteran in this league. Major round to 2nd the final. And he's going to come down the hill one last time on lap 21 of 21. No pressure from anyone else. And he's going to go round the final corner. No injuries, no nothing. And win at Lago Maggiore. in Tier 4. 2 from 2 for the McLaren team. Well driven there by Major. Spin gets second, Jezza gets third, Porsche 2-3, they'll not complain about that. O'Leary gets fourth, Fracker's fifth, Moose sixth, next to seventh, Pullman caught him in the end. Steo will get eighth, Draz will get ninth, JP will get 10th to round out the top 10. But Derek will end in 11th here. It looks like we've got a little bit of a battle for the back of the grid. Aurak in 12th. Will he hold on against JMS here? He's got no tyres, literally no tyres. And somehow will hang on against JMS as he ends 12th, JMS 13th, Duo 14th. It looks like HK is going to be the one that drags us an extra 20 seconds over run time, as he is quite tailed off from the end of the pack. And again, just on the grass, there's just nothing going right for him in this race whatsoever. He's going to end in 15th in that Lexus. And that will wrap up the racing we have for you today. Major wins the second, Steo won in the first, and as per usual, Steo finally gets his win that he gets every single season, which means he'll disappear in obscurity for the rest of the season now. As for the actual championship, Major's on 57, Spin is on 49, O'Leary on 48, Draz on 47, Jezza on 47, so absolute chaos through the top 5 in this tier. Everyone else just a little bit of drift, still in 14 points off Jezza. So the top 5 all separated by 10 points through 2. Absolute carnage still to come in this tier. Absolutely, through the next 6 races. One of which is Daytona in about 6 hours time. Actually, about 5 hours time now. Given that we're nearly at 3 o'clock. So McLaren on 104, Porsche on 96, Aston Martin on 67, Mazda on 65. So it's a 2-horse race at the top of the constructors and a 5-horse race at the top of the drivers. And with that, I will see you guys at some point during the week, if not here again on Monday, probably Monday morning. Until then, I will see you guys later in a bit.